Calling you a radical. This is an important historic video. So the network that I've developed in Oregon, in Washington, in Alaska, in Canada with native, old, really sophisticated people who love the ecology fly fishing community, not the guides who just there for profit. These people care about the ecology. So Zane Grey, they finally got the domestics out of here. I mean, how they let that go on for years and years was ridiculous. Anyway, so you see no migratory, you know the migratory geese, I'll stand here and watch them. They'll dive in here from, you know how full this is of Canadians this time of year. Have they switched their flight pattern, or are they gone and dead? That's all I got about. Hunting season starts Saturday, but this time of year, you know, the ducks, and even hundreds of my videos prove it. So, thank you to Tim Martin and Dave Wang up there. So, this is historic, important stuff, more incredible visual proof. So, the Dynamite hole on the Umpqua. That's the Umpqua. I don't know if you've ever read any Zane Grey. That's his place. One of the famous fisheries of the world. I mean, as hallowed as it gets in the fly fishing world. Well, in the environmentalist world. And by the way, I want to say this because, you know, had an argument yesterday with a couple of the Western Writers Association here at Weber State University about Devoto. Clueless. Paul Stegner called him the greatest conservationist environmentalist in the country from Ogden. These guys haven't even got a clue about him. We don't even talk about the great environmentalist that he was from here. So I'll post this video. It's called the Dynamite hole. Why is it called the Dynamite hole? Because people would come see these incredible, they rest there in the cool waters for months before they move to Steelhead. And Steelhead are not trout. Trout are salmon. Trout are salmon. All trout are salmon. Steelhead go to sea for 1 year. They go twice. They're called half-pounders. But they lay in. Why is it called the Dynamite hole? Because people would see them, they'd come throw dynamite, and it shocks them, kills them, sack them up. Remember Uncle Saddam? Have you ever seen that movie, Uncle Saddam? When he used to go fishing, and he'd get, you know, a bunch of his clan, and they'd take a sack of dynamite. So, the Dynamite hole that this gentleman used to sit by it and guard it for decades. There's a great video about it. Now, I understand he had ALS. Now, this video is shot right before Fukushima happened. You'll see he shoots incredible footage and guarding the hole so that they won't dynamite him. Well, they dynamited him. They Fuktoniumed in Fukushima. I don't know if he's passed on or not, but hopefully somebody sees this video can tell us what happened to his fate. And so Dave and Tim been working this, and they just called. They went there and verified. You can see them. It's clear. You'll see by the tag videos. 5. You heard me right. 5. 5. Now, what made it to the hatchery? There is no hatchery, but the counts, according to Martin and Wang, and they would know more than anybody, 28,000. 2010. 5. We can do this on the Rogue also. On the Rogue, there's 1,100. Remember when they set Steelhead? There's only 1,800 Chinook. Remember on the Rogue they came out with this fairy tale lie thing? Oh, we're gonna have 368,000 in a row. Me and Martin were laughing, doing videos about it. What propaganda to get you up fishing? So the Steelhead on the Columbia is 65,000 for the year, and the season's pretty well over. 60 from 826,000 in 10 years. The Chinook in 5 years. I mean, on the Rogue, they've gone from 38,000 to 1,800 in 5 years. On the Columbia, they've gone from 2.7 million to 460,000 in 5 years. Remember, they go to sea for 5 years. I said the first batch. This is historic stuff, you know. And their answer, their answer, whoever their powers there be, well, we know the Nuclear Energy Crime Center runs the internet, runs the world. Their answer is to just kettle Kevin Blanche. I mean, maybe I'm getting less than 100 views. I mean, they took Dunford's site completely down. He'll get 27. It's irony because he had a poll last night. There's only 27 people watching. 27 people watching, yet I think he had 70 people vote in his poll. And you could see who the trolls were, because he was asking, is nuclear energy carbon free? And 60% said, well, you know, nobody in his crowd, everybody in his crowd's educated as it gets. They know it's not carbon free. So this is their answer, which is disturbing. To be an environmentalist, to be an anti-nuclear in the Fukushima age, everybody in the world should be. Look at the trees, they're not even turning colors. I mean, last day of September, look at the trees. color, they're just turning brown and dying. There's no water. The moose, the DNR, the moose killers here at What's the Matter You, isn't the cops' fault. I talked to the cops at the game. By the way, Weaver State loses 3 home games in a row. Under J Hill, whoa, what's the matter you? It's karma. You know, I've said it, it's karma. The water scarcity's bigger than that. When the athletic department is corrupt around here, the whole place is corrupt. You know, Brad Morris, I'm friends with him. I'm in his here. When they won't retire Trevon Smith's number, the greatest football player in the history of the school. It's no doubt. 4,000 yards rushing. But the Will McBride, who he played for, he had mental issues after he played. I wonder why. I mean, substance abuse issues after. I wonder why. Self-medicating. Beat to death in a jail cell on the 4th of July. They won't even mention his name. It's karma. Until they show some respect to why Masaka, just of Japanese descent, but he's from Ogden, born and raised. 2 national championships here. Oh, just junior college. National championship at the University of Utah. Played in the NBA. First player of the color in this. I won't even mention his name around here. How about Fawn? McKay Brody. I mean, what are they, anti-woman around here? Well, come on, don't get me going. On Utah, we know who runs the show here. We know what that's all about. They won't even mention her name. They got such bad karma on them around here. The disrespect. I mean, the disrespect for the animals, the disrespect for the college. The way that played out with that moose is disturbing. Weaver State Police tried. They did the right thing. They called the DNR. I'd sit and visit with the DNR guy the whole time. He had no interest in saving that animal. You know what the DNR calls them? Renewable resource. Chased off by a... I hike up there, as you know, so much. You know, my cancer, I'll be 10 years, less than 2 weeks. You know, so I think they're going to cancel Light the Night again for the 2nd year in a row. Rightfully so. I mean, how can people battling cancer show up in public? Their neutrophils are down to nothing. So, 5 in the Dynamite hole. That was verified today. They're there today. Kevin Blanche and my post-ignorance army, boots on the ground. Thank you to Tim. Thank you to Dave. Thank you to the whole community who has networked with me. Yes, tiny few. Document, not dams. It's not dams. You can go along with the greenwashing machines, you know, Greenpeace, Sierra Club, and all them. But they're dying to see. I'll post Fukushima. Coincidence doesn't get it in science. What Kevin Blanche has done. The greatest, well, it's ongoing. Who knew my PhD would last this long? Like the battle with cancer. So call out to Rakaki Iki. She's about the first pitch. Oh my God, is she skinny? You know what a beast is? You see the videos of her. She's this big around, but she's alive. I remember those times. She's in the about 3-year point of her battle. I remember those days. That would be 2014, 15. I was that big around. I don't know how I didn't lose my house. I don't know how I'd die. Those are hard days, man. Really hard days. 5 in the Dynamite hole. Oh, let's do this while we're here. Shooting out the walls of heartache. So, before they get the lid on, the 3 pillars. The old U.S. used to be executive, legislative, and judicial. I didn't push them down. Now, it's the CIA, the NSA, NFR, or militarism. I've been trying to hold them up. I'll do another video later today. Got mine trying to hold up. The old USA. Now America. You need to learn to speak American. America Vespucci spoke Italiano and Spanish. He's buried in Florence, Italy. Huh. Bravo, magnifico. Bad karma on these people. Well, not the student body. Not the players. Not even the coaches. Utah State Legislature runs this far, the Board of Regents. Oh, are they sickos. Huh. Chinook salmon are hallowed. First came the god of salmon, Chinook. Well, how will I live? Second came god of water. You can live in me. What about the gray whales?